we have one Pro Bowl corner. Oh, and then we have actually two Pro Bowl corners, but Browner hasn't been in the Pro Bowl in a while. And of course Dennard, who I actually think is better than Browner. I think Browner is he's going to be solid, and he's going to be good against tight ends, and he's going to be good against physical receivers. So this Bears game will be a big one for Browner because receivers, big physical, catching the ball receivers like the Bears have. Those are the type of receivers we're going to need Browner for. But just in general, I think Dennard is better. And, I think in Dennard's first 2 years, he's shown like he has great ball skills. He's very, very physical, especially for his size. Very fast. Plays tough, gets in the receiver's face. I mean, he's been real good his first 2 years, and now he's ready for his third year. And the third year is a big year for a player. I mean, he's not young anymore. He's going into his third year. So if not now, when? And so I think Dennard is, he's going to be good. But he is good, and he's going to get better. But as far as the Bears game is concerned, though, that's more of a one for Browner just because of their style of receiver. I mean, Dennard is physical, but those two guys are they're huge. And then there's the Broncos game, which, the Broncos are a very good team, but again, the game's at home, and I don't think we're going to lose to them at home. And I think the Patriots' defense is a pretty good matchup for their offense. Every one of their receivers we can match up with, and then we have Kyle Arrington, who's Kyle Arrington has all his faults. It's really frustrating watching him on the outside getting beat, but he's a very good slot corner. When Kyle Arrington doesn't have to play on the outside and you could just have him as the slot corner, he's a very good slot corner. He did a great job against Welker in the regular season game last year, and that's basically what he's meant to do, is play in the slot against guys like Welker, because he doesn't have the down the field speed to keep up with receivers and be an outside cornerback, but in the inside, he's a very good tackler, and he's very shifty. Tackling is very important for a slot corner because a lot of the stuff happens underneath, and so as a slot corner, a lot of times all you have to do is just let the guy catch it and bring him down without him getting any yards. Like those dump-offs to Welker, let him gain 2 yards on that. Just don't let him get by you, and that's what Kyle Arrington is good at doing. He's good at keeping the guy in front of him. That way Welker can catch something underneath and just be tackled immediately for like a 2-yard gain, instead of staying on him so hard and then Welker catches it, gets by him, and picks up 10 yards because he got it by Arrington. Now, Arrington, he's a good tackler. He's good at letting the guy stay in front of him. He's shifty enough to adjust with the routes. He belongs in the slot, and so Broncos are not going to get us with Welker. And then, of course, we match up fine with, Demaryius Thomas is a very good receiver, but Revis is the best corner in the game, so that'll be a good matchup. I mean, Talib took out Demaryius Thomas in the regular season and the beginning of the AFC Championship game, so I'm sure Revis will be able to do the same. And speaking of Talib, he's on the other side of the ball. But, I mean, the Patriots aren't that type of, big receiver team. Like, oh, you take out... Who's he going to take out? Edelman? You take out Edelman? Fine, we'll throw to Amendola. The Patriots aren't the type of team with one great receiver that if you take him out, forget it. Spread the ball type of team. Anyways, after that, it's the bye week. Then it's at Colts, which could be a very tough game, potentially, because it's on the road and it's against a playoff team. But Brady doesn't lose to Luck. And that game's also in prime time, Sunday Night Football. But you know, I just don't. No pun intended. I just don't think they have the horses to beat us. I do think they'll win their division, but I think, you know, that this could be one of those games where it's the breaks help us out. Like, I think this will be a close game, 2 clutch quarterbacks, and it'll be like within 3 at the end of the game, and it's just going to be a couple of bounces, you know, and whoever gets them wins. And I think this year, bounces are going to go our way, so I think we beat the Colts. Lions. The only thing I have to say about the Lions is that they have Jim Caldwell as their coach, and I'm going to move on. That's a win. Packers. Now, when I say that the Patriots are going to finish from 14-2 to 16-0, this is what I'm talking about. The Packers, this is a game that doesn't look so great for the Patriots. The Patriots have an unbelievable record in December, but this game is just barely not in December. It's November 30th. So that December, the Patriots' luck in December does not come into play because it's a November game. It's a game against a really good team in their house. And I could see this definitely being a loss for the Patriots. If you had the... If I was going to predict a loss, it would be this game, as many people are. But, you know, I'm just saying the Patriots could win this game because it could be close. Their defense, I mean, the Packers, they haven't been able to get by the 49ers in the past couple of years. It's because a good defense beats a good offense, and that's what the 49ers have. Now, do we have a defense as good as the 49ers? I hope so. I don't know. By week 13, we will know. And if our defense is that good and stays healthy all the way to week 13, and Revis plays the way I think he's going to play, and Dennard plays the way I think he's going to play, and Chandler Jones plays the way I think he's going to play, then we really can be like the 49ers to these guys. We can go into their house and beat them. So, you know, we'll see, though. That's definitely a big loss. I mean, a big game that could go either way. Big possible loss. And then next is week 14 against San Diego. This is Sunday night in San Diego. You know, San Diego's like a 500 type team every year, and you know, I mean, I don't think that game's gonna be a problem. It's in December. The Patriots play really well in December. They could be coming off a loss to the Packers. They're not gonna lose 2 in a row. Say they beat San Diego. Miami at home. Miami, I mean, in our home. So, I mean, I think we'll beat Miami here. Like I said, I don't think we're going to lose any home games. And I don't think Miami's so great. They do look like they're improving, but I don't think they're that great a team. December, at home, going to beat Miami, week 15. Alright, week 16 is another, like I said, they're going to finish from 14-2 to 16-0. So this would be another potential loss at New York. And the only reason I say that is because the Patriots almost always go 5-1 in the division. Almost always. And I mean, last year they actually... Oh yeah, never mind. The only time they went undefeated in the division is when they went 16-0. Other than that, they've always lost one division game. And so, if you look at all the division games, it's not going to be any of the 3 home ones. It's not going to be any of the 2 to Buffalo. So it's either going to be at Miami or at the Jets. And the game at Miami is week 1. So if they're going to lose a division game, it's going to be week 16 at the Jets. But I don't think they're going to lose it. I think Revis is going to stick it to his old team in his old house. And of course, they'll beat the Bills at home week 17. So my official prediction is 16-0. but I wouldn't be shocked if they're 14-2. But I would be shocked if they were 12-4. It's like I said at the beginning. A lot of people picking 12-4. I just think that's ridiculous. Last year's team was worse than this year's team and had bad luck, and they were 12-4. So if this team is 12-4, they're gonna have. I could just, it's not gonna happen. If this team is, I mean, on their worst injury, they would have to be injured worse than last year. I mean, 12-4 is an insult to this team, and but anyways, thanks for listening.